this video, we will learn about another kind of interactive node, which is the interactive list response. So we'll bring it to our canvas and click on this message. So here on the top you can see a little description about this message, and in the node title we will rename this node as main menu. Here in the header option you have an option to add a header text. Let's check out the preview, and we will write, here are the options, and we will write in the message, please choose from the options below. And as we scroll down we have the standard error message. We also have an option to add a footer. We can write maybe a website, www.abclogistics.com. This could be a website at the bottom, and then we have to add a button. So we'll write a label for the button. So we will name this as view options. So now when you're going to click on this button, there is going to be a list which will appear from the bottom. Right now this list is not ready, so let's add a section and then we will be able to see this better. So let's add the first section in this list, and we need to add a title to this section. So we will call this book your cargo. So here we will add a list item and we will give it a title. We'll call it air cargo, and we will add a little description here. Alright, so let's add another list item. So this one we'll call rail cargo. This description is optional. If you want you can keep it, otherwise you can skip this and move on. I'll go to the next one and I'll call the third item as road cargo. Alright, so we've created a first section and we've given 3 options within this first section. Now let's see how to add another section. So we'll click on add section, and this one we will call as contact us. And in this section also we'll add a couple of list items. So the first one we'll call our locations, customer support, and we'll add one more list item, and let's call this live help. So this is how you create an interactive list node, and these options that we have created here, these are represented by these connectors at the bottom of this node, and then you can definitely connect each of these with multiple options. So I will connect all these cargo related options to this particular node, and I will call this as cargo details, and then we have these 3 contact options. So let's connect this last one with this here, and it's called the live help. So we will mention we are connecting you with our agent, and we can create another node here, and this is customer support, and here probably they can talk about their helpline number. So now moving on, let's create another node. You can drop this in here. This is our locations, so maybe here we will write about the locations. So you have seen how one node can split out into a bunch of multiple options, and then those options can be individually branched out into different messages. So just for the demo purpose, I will mark all of these as end node, and we will connect this node to our welcome node. And I'll save this, and we'll go to our WhatsApp and we'll type 0 and hit enter. Okay, so we should be getting our first message. We got our first introductory message, and then we've been asked to choose from a list of options here. And you can see list looks pretty cool, and we don't have to type any response. We can just click on the response, it gets selected, and we just hit this button. And as soon as we do that, it's going to lead us to the message that we had created ahead of it. Now there are a few limitations to this node. The first thing is that you cannot attach any image within this node. So in the header, you can only have this kind of a headline text which is of a slightly bigger font, but you cannot attach any image or video to this particular node as of right now. And the second biggest limitation is that you could have cumulatively 10 list items in this node. That's the maximum amount of list items that you can create within this node. So if you have a requirement of more than 10 options in your interactive list node, so then it would be ideal to create an interactive button response node before this interactive list node. That way, through your interactive button response, you can create 3 subcategories, and within those each subcategory you can create a list response node which would have up to 10 options. So like that, you'll be able to create 30 options through interactive list nodes. And I hope you'll be able to use this interactive list response in your upcoming chat flow designs.